Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to this brand new video. Yes, today I'm going to be checking out the Alesis SamplePad. This is a new sample pad that I've just got for Christmas. Um, that's the box if you're interested. But yeah, those who don't know me, my name's Luke Garns. I'm a musician and I'm very excited to start using this pad. I've already used it for a New Year's Eve gig that I had, and yeah, I just want to take you guys through the basic functions, how it works, my first opinions on it, having used it, and I always think it's quite valuable for you people out there looking to buy one of these to hear it from somebody, just from another customer. Really, I know Alesis and these other companies, they always do videos about their products, but it's coming from a very biased opinion, you know, because they are the people that are selling it, whereas I'm just another customer like yourselves. So hopefully you guys find this valuable. With no further ado, let's get into it. Roll the intro. Yes.
Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little and we keep track of.
So guys, I'm going to pan you down to the pad itself, show you guys the basic functions, and yeah, go from there. Okay guys, so I've gone for a very zoomed in kind of framing of the Alesis SamplePad. I've also had to play around with the settings on my camera to make sure you can actually see the dial here, because yeah, it was getting all blurry. But anyway, I believe you can see it clearly enough. Now I'm no expert on these sample pads, but I'm going to take you through what I know so far. And like I said, I think it's interesting to have a first-hand opinion from somebody who's just been a new owner. So at the top here, the one that you can see is highlighted, that is the kit. Now you can have, I believe, up to 8 kits on here, and basically a kit is just a programmed set of the 4 pads. So on this kit you can have whatever you want. So for instance, I've got things set to kit number 1, and I've got things set to kit number 2. But like I say, you can just preset, which is really handy, because if you're at a gig and I'm on kit number 1 and I've got it's just processing to load that through, and I've got these sounds coming through here. If I then want to go to kit number 2, I can do, and I've got my different sounds, just processing to load that through, and I've got my different sounds on kit number 2. That's like a cabasa kind of sound. It is worth noting, and you probably noticed from this video already, that as I switch between kit number 1 and kit number 2, there is a slight bit of processing time. You can see it on the screen there. So it's not instant. So if you're at a gig, you need to kind of get used to this, and you need to know that if you're doing this sound here, you're going to have to switch that and then wait just a brief moment before you can then bring in your other sounds. The best way around that for me is if you know that you want, for instance, the clap and the bass that I had on kit number 1, and you want the vibra slap, just put all on the same kit. That's the best thing to do, because then you can easily transition between them. So it takes a bit of prior thought on how you're going to work it to make sure it is kind of gig ready, if you like. Okay, if we move on here, so I'm just going to go back down to kit number 1, and you use these buttons here, the 2 select buttons, to navigate throughout what you see on the screen here, throughout the different settings. So if I go to the next one along, you'll see that's location. Now location, there's 2 different locations. Card, which is the SD card, which goes in up here, slightly out of shot. Just goes, I'm going to just pan up so you can see that slightly. I can do that on my camera. Yes, so just there, out of shot. That's the SD card. So you've got SD card location down, and if you toggle through, you have internal, so you can see INT there. So that's all the internal sounds. Now I believe there's like 20, don't quote me, 25 maybe, 20 something internal sounds, but basically you just toggle between these 2, and that is very seamless. That doesn't take any kind of processing time. It's just card and then it's straight through to internal. So that can be really quick in a gig. Next one down, if we move it down, you come to this one here, and this is your samples themselves. So at the moment we're on the internal, so I can now use the value buttons here to click through, and you can see so we've got 1, 2, let me see how many we've got. 10 it looks like we have, there we go, I was right, 25 sounds. So you can navigate through all of those different sounds there. Now, depending on what sound you have assigned to the pad, you can then go down and you can change the tuning of the pad. So if I go to my kit number 1, I'll go to kit number 1 here, and I choose pad number 1. This is one that I've made myself, so you can hear that. I don't know if that's coming through the mic, but on percussion. If I wanted to now, as I navigate down, oh sorry, I've just changed the kit to kit number. Okay, so if I want to navigate down to tune, I can change the tuning of that. So if I go to, hopefully you can see it on screen, 5 or 4, sorry, you can now hear on percussion. That has changed the tuning. Or I can go down with tuning and I can make it. So yeah, so you can play around with the tuning there. I'm going to keep that at just 0. If you come across to the next one, that's the reverb. So the reverb, I've got on 5 at the moment, but that can go up to 10 to add reverb to your sound. Next one is the sensitivity of the pad. Now I don't know too much about this, but I'm guessing that is how sensitive the pad is when you hit it. So if we just do a quick test, if I move that down to 1, I've hit that pretty hard. Hasn't come out that loud. If I move that sensitivity up to 8, on percussion, clearly it's much more sensitive and it's come out a lot louder from the same velocity of striking, if you like. You've got the level of the pad here. I've got mine set to 8. That's self-explanatory, right? If you turn it down, when you hit it, it's not going to be as loud. Despite the fact the volume is up full, of course, if you change that level, it is going to change it. You've got the panning here. We'll go down to the next one. I've got on central, but you can change that to left or to right panning. Now, if you've got 2 speakers, of course, if you're at a gig and you want to kind of get that panning effect, that can be really cool, especially if you're playing a groove. Like if you're playing like a, if you really wanted the clap to come out of the right side and the bass to come out of the left hand side, then that can be quite a cool feature. I haven't tried that yet, but you can experiment with these things. And finally, you've got the mid. Now, I'm not too sure what the mid does, to be fair. I should probably know that beforehand, but can't really remember. So I'm not sure what that does. If I'm honest. So that's something that you can look into yourself. But anyway, I'm going to move on now. I'm just going to take you through basically how to assign a sound to the kit, and that's going to be the end of this video, really, because that's all I really know about it, and that's all you really need to know in order to get gig ready on this. So you come up to the pad, basically you assign what sound you want. I'm going to go up and I'm going to go to kit number 3 because I don't want to change the kits that I have on here at the moment. Now you basically, I'm on pad number 2 at the moment, so this is the pad here. I go through the sounds. I want wind chimes. I basically get wind chimes up on here, hit the pad, and now wind chimes will be assigned to that pad. So if I go back to pad number 1, when I go back to pad number 2, the wind chimes will always be there. Let's just do one more of those. Go along to pad number 1. At the moment that's clap. If I want to change that, I just go to snap, or I might go to a high cowbell. Now I hit that pad, and now that's assigned. So So I've got wind chimes there, and on here I've got a high cowbell, and that is pretty much all there is to it. Of course, now you've got the sound, you can go through you can toggle through and you can change the tuning, the reverb, the sensitivity, the level, the panning, and the mid. I'm really gutted, guys. I can't remember what the mid does. Really annoying. That's really annoyed me. But yeah, can't be that important because I haven't had to use it. But basically, that is it. I also didn't mention that you can assign a different sound to the kick input here, which is a little input on the back here where you can input a kick pedal. I'm sure Alesis do one. I'm not sure if you can use an external one, but that's not lighting up at the moment for me because I haven't got a kick inputted into the back. So but yeah, that's pretty much it. So guys, there you have it. That was the Alesis SamplePad. Like I say, great bit of kit. I'm really happy with it. I'm going to make another video in the future on how to assign sounds that you've put in on an SD card, because that might be helpful to some people. It's really easy. I'm just going to show you guys in this video that I'm going to that's coming up, how I kind of create the sounds. Just drag and drop them onto the SD card and you can load them in and they just sound great. For instance, the Luke Garn's percussion one that you heard there is one that I made myself, and yeah, super easy. Anyway, hope you like this video. Listen, before you start shouting out in the comments and judging my review techniques, I'm not a reviewer. Yes, I'm a musician, but I've got lots of varied content on the channel, from vlogs, performance videos, all sorts of stuff. So go check it out. Reviews is just another one of them. There's loads of reactions as well. So yeah, it is what it is, guys. I hope this video was of use to you. I'm loving the SamplePad. I'm going to keep using it at my gigs. I'm going to add on to the end of this video some footage from my New Year's Eve gig where I used it live. I think that might be of useful to you, so I'm going to put that on the very end of this video. And hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you got to the end of this video, I really appreciate you guys. Please be sure to like and subscribe. I really do appreciate all the support. Helps the channel grow. And yeah, or just drop a like. Helps the algorithm. But hope you guys have an amazing day. Happy New Year to you. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.